This video will be part 1 of 3 series that will cover the step-by-step instructions on how to order books from eTECHcampus. We are going to cover 5 steps. 1, verifying that you're receiving parent emails. 2, understanding course requests, specifically explaining class levels and course number jargon. Number 3, verifying that your child has 14 credits needed for the year that would cover math, English, science, social studies, theology, world language, physical education, possibly fine arts, and a resource. Number 4, visiting the eTECHcampus website for Cathedral High School. And number 5, I will go through step-by-step instructions on how to order books. For parent emails, we need to make sure that all parents are receiving Mr. Worland's weekly parent newsletter. In the email sent out on July 13th, there was an attachment that had your child's course requests listed. If a parent is not receiving the weekly emails, please email registrar@gocathedral.com with the following information: your name, your personal email address, the name of the student's grade level, and your relationship to the student, for example, mother, father, stepmother, stepfather, grandparent. The most important thing that you're going to look for are course numbers and the course name. And in the course numbers, we really want to look at the last 2 characters. We want to look at Algebra 1, the very first one, where the course number is C011AF, Algebra 1, A. In this case, A represents the level, which is academic, and F represents the term, which in this case is fall. In the second example, which is going to be in the very last line, course number C51XS, which is World History, Honors. In this case, the X represents honors and the S represents spring. You'll notice also on the right-hand side, each course is listed by credit hours. All credit hours for students must be at least 14 hours. The next step is to visit the eTECHcampus's website. In here, you will see the direct link, but you could also go to our website at gocathedral.com, click on Academics, click on Ordering Books, and you will see this hyperlink listed within the body of the web page. Now we're on to ordering books. If you have previously ordered books from eTECHcampus's website from a previous year, please click on Sign In under My Account first to log in. If this is the first time you're ordering books, click on the Shop Now under Ordering Books. You will notice that there is a My eBook shelf. This will be covered in part 2 of the video training series on how to order books. And then the last part 3 of 3, will be how to install digital books on the iPad. We're going to go ahead and click on Shop Now. I'm going to go ahead and resize this web page so we can take a look at the example of a course request that was provided by a student. We're going to go ahead and click on the school year. In this first case, we're going to look at Algebra 1, which is math, and then the course number, C011AF. You will notice in this list that for algebra, there are going to be 3 levels of Algebra 1. First one is listed academic, second one is listed as college prep for C, and the third one is X under honors. You will also know that the course number C011 matches this line in the right-hand side for the course number C011. So we know that since it's a year course, we're going to click on that first one. We're going to scroll down until we see Continue, and we're going to press the green button. At this point, eTECHcampus will now show all of the books that are required or requested for each specific class. In this case, English, it's going to show that there are 3 books that are required. For mathematics, it's going to indicate here this subscription can only be purchased through eTECHcampus, and this is to verify that you have the latest book. If you notice on physical education, there's no actual books listed. For science, this is going to be an e-textbook, which will be given as a E code. So we're going to request it to buy new. Social studies it's going to be very similar to the biology book. If you notice, it's going to be an access code for biology and an access code for social studies. We're going to say buy new. For theology, we have a choice of either buying used or buying new, and this is going to be a physical book. You can, again, look at the ISBN number or look at another website. It is going to be a paperback. So in this case, I will buy new. For world language in Spanish 1, there's not a required book to purchase. I'm going to press continue. And now it's going to give us the information of if the book is available, if it's in stock, or when it's going to ship. If it's a digital subscription, an email will be sent to the person who is making this purchase, usually within 24 to 48 hours. If it's a digital book, and sometimes it may say 5 to 7 days. Um, in this case, if your child is going to be taking biology, regardless of what level, it's better to actually purchase this book sooner versus later, because that could take a little bit longer. The closer school starts, more requests are coming in. They could get a little backlogged as far as when you're going to get that digital account or digital code. For social studies, it's usually within 1 to 2 hours. And for theology, it looks like the book is in stock. And at this point, you now get to go ahead and proceed to checkout. We're going to go ahead and click on Create Account if you've never actually purchased from books from eTECHcampus's website. Put my son's email address, who is a junior. If you are not 100% sure of your child's email address, then go ahead and put your email address right here. It will just list your email address as the student's address. You're going to want to create a password that you know and that also you could give to your child. And click on Create Account. You'll notice that there's no orders yet. However, in the upper right-hand corner, it's going to show the shopping cart of the books that we actually previously ordered. It's going to show the English books, when they're in stock, as well as the cost. For digital books, which is going to be a little different than, of course, physical books, eTECHcampus's website also contains a digital bookshelf that once the purchases are made, it could take anywhere between 24 hours all the way to 7 days before the digital book shows on the digital bookshelf. Now we'll cover the digital bookshelf in part 2 of 3 of this series on once the orders are made, then what do you do now that you actually have purchased the books? How do I activate the digital bookshelf? In this case, Algebra 1 looks like it's going to be available in 24 to 48 hours. Biology, it could take 5 to 7 business days before it shows up on the digital bookshelf. And for social studies, it could just take 1 to 2 hours. And again, this really depends on the available codes that eTECHcampus has for each one of these books. For theology, as our last example, it's a physical book and it's in stock. And I'm going to proceed to checkout. And in this case, the first selection is going to want the student's name. So I'm going to put in my son's last name. When it's a new customer, whatever email address you put in for a new customer, it's going to say that that's going to be the student email address. Again, if you weren't 100% positive what that was, you could have put your own email address. You also have that option to do it again here. In this case, I'm going to put my name for the parent, and then I'm going to put my work at email address. So that way, when the order is made, my son Gabe will get the notification that the order was done, as well as I will get an indication of when the order was done. So the codes will be sent to both the student email address as well as the parent. In the right-hand side, you will see the cart of the books that are ordered. In this case, there are 7 of them. You can review them one last time to make sure they are correct. Press continue to check out. And the next window is going to ask for shipping of where you want the books to be sent, as well as payment and review. This concludes part 1 of 3 series of ordering textbooks from eTECHcampus's website. As I mentioned earlier, part 2 will cover what we need to do for the digital bookshelf to get that ready, And part 3 will be, now that the digital bookshelf is ready, how do I get the books on the iPad? Thank you and have a good summer.